when he looks at you? Do you feel a kind of pricky feeling like goosey pimples running all up and down your spine?
Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 most romantic moments in classic Hollywood movies.
Kiss me. Kiss me as if it were the last time.
For this list, we're looking at the most passionate, tender, and chemistry-laden moments from Hollywood films. We will be discussing some movie endings, so here's your spoiler warning. Which classic movie moments make you swoon? Share your favorites in the comments. Number 10, The Final Goodbye, Brief Encounter. Okay, so technically Brief Encounter isn't a Hollywood film, it's a British one. But this 1940s classic is too iconic to leave out of our list.
Do you think we shall ever see each other again?
I don't know. Not for years, anyway.
The movie tells the story of an emotional affair between two married people, Laura and Alec, who have a chance meet-cute at a train station. Like many films of the era, it's both melodramatic and painfully restrained. In the much parodied denouement, the couple have agreed that they must part forever and are saying a final farewell.
I want to die. If only I could die.
If you died, you'd forget me. I want to be remembered.
However, they're interrupted by a friend just as Alec's train arrives and are therefore denied those longed-for last moments together. This heartbreaking finale has become one of the most famous breakup scenes in movie history.
I felt the touch of his hand on my shoulder for a moment. And then he walked away. Away out of my life forever.
Number 9, The Kiss in the Rain, Breakfast at Tiffany's. It may be a cliché, but kissing in the rain is one romantic trope we cannot get enough of. Breakfast at Tiffany's gives us the definitive example.
Holly, I'm in love with you.
So what?
So what? So plenty.
The most memorable image of the movie is Audrey Hepburn's Holly Golightly in that dress. But the most romantic scene comes during the film's finale.
You're chicken. You've got no guts. You're afraid to stick out your chin and say, okay, life's a fact. People do fall in love. People do belong to each other. Because that's the only chance anybody's got for real happiness.
Holly is hit with the realization of what and who she really wants. She begins frantically searching for Paul, who in turn is looking for her lost cat. She discovers them both down an alleyway, and all three are reunited in a rain-soaked embrace. It's a very different ending from the book, but it's so romantic that we don't care. Number 8, You Should Be Kissed, and Often, and by someone who knows how. Gone with the Wind.
I love you more than I've ever loved any woman. And I've waited longer for you than I've ever waited for any woman.
There are an abundance of passionate scenes in this epic romantic saga, although some of them are pretty problematic. Still, Rhett Butler and Scarlett O'Hara remain one of the most iconic movie couples of all time.
You're coarse and you're conceited. And I think this conversation's gone far enough.
They're always at cross purposes and they fight like cat and dog, but there's no denying that chemistry. For Rhett and Scarlett, it's not always the big dramatic moments that are the most romantic. We love it when they're playfully sparring together, as in this memorable scene. She tries all her tricks on him and he gives as good as he gets.
No, I don't think I will kiss you. Although you need kissing badly. That's what's wrong with you. You should be kissed and often, and by someone who knows how.
Oh, and I suppose you think you're the proper person.
I might be, if the right moment ever came.
Number 7, Homer and Wilma, The Best Years of Our Lives. This epic drama film is not the best-known Hollywood movie today, but back in the 1940s, it was a commercial and critical success. The plot follows 3 men who are returning to civilian life after World War II.
I wonder how Homer will make out with that girl of his, Wilma. I hope Wilma is a swell girl.
The most touching storyline involves Homer, a young middle-class man who has lost both his hands in active service. He worries that his fiancée Wilma will no longer want him.
You don't know what it'd be like to have to live with me. To have to face this every day, every night.
But I can only find out by trying. And if it turns out I haven't courage enough, we'll soon know it.
In a beautifully tender sequence, Homer lets his guard down and shows Wilma the reality of his new life. She accepts him wholeheartedly. The moment is made all the more poignant as Homer was played by a real veteran who had also recently lost his hands.
I told you I loved you.
I love you, Wilma. I always have, and I always will.
Number 6. Maria dances with the captain, The Sound of Music. The Sound of Music's romantic duet was famously filmed in silhouette, as the lead actors got the giggles and struggled to keep a straight face. However, they did manage to hold it together for our favorite romantic moment of the movie, when Maria and Captain Von Trapp dance the Ländler. Maria is attempting to teach Kurt the steps of the Austrian folk dance, while the captain watches from the doorway. After a few moments, he decides to cut in.
Do allow me, will you?
It's a beautifully understated scene that tells us all we need to know about the couple's feelings for each other. For the length of the dance, we're able to watch them together, and their chemistry is unparalleled.
I don't remember anymore.
Your face is all red.
Is it? I don't suppose I'm used to dancing.
Number 5. Love is Here to Stay. An American in Paris.
Let's walk along the river.
All right.
We all love a romantic dance scene, and classic Hollywood has got some great moments to choose from. From Funny Face to The King and I, we are spoiled for choice. However, since Paris is known as the City of Lovers, we had to include this swoon-worthy scene from An American in Paris. Gene Kelly's leading man Jerry begins by serenading Leslie Caron's Lise with the George Gershwin jazz standard Love is Here to Stay.
Together we're going a long, long way.
Of course, these two talented dancers are soon turning the moonlit Seine riverbank into their own private stage. They give us a picture-perfect routine that showcases the talents of both while still maintaining the tender intimacy of new love. Number 4. As originally and most beautifully planned. The Philadelphia Story. This classic romantic comedy follows a divorced couple who find themselves falling in love for the second time. Katharine Hepburn plays Tracy, a socialite engaged to be married. Her resolution wavers when her ex, Cary Grant's Dexter, comes back into the picture.
There's been a slight hitch in the proceedings. I've made a terrible fool of myself, which isn't unusual.
The final scenes of the film see Tracy calling off her marriage to potential husband number 2. Luckily, however, Dexter is there to step into the breach and propose a more satisfying resolution to the story.
But I hope to make it up to you by going through with it now as originally planned.
But I hope to make it up to you by going beautifully through with it now, as originally and most beautifully planned.
It's a sweet, funny, and hopelessly romantic moment that'll make you believe in second chances and happy endings. And if you like it that much, you can see it all over again in 1956's High Society.
I feel as though I lived through all this before in another life.
Number 3. Somewhere. West Side Story. West Side Story has so many romantic moments, it's hard to pick a favorite. However, the scene that best summarizes the movie's theme is the duet Somewhere.
Peace and quiet and open air, wait for us somewhere.
The remake gave this song to Rita Moreno's Valentina, but in the original, it's all about Tony and Maria. At this point in the film, the lovers have declared their feelings for each other, but it's already beginning to look as if their romance is doomed.
We'll find a new way of living. We'll find a way of forgiving.
Somewhere is a heartfelt love song with lyrics that are both hopeful and tragic. The couple acknowledges that their love can't flourish in this time and place, but they hope that eventually they can be together.
Hold my hand and I'll take you there somehow, someday,
Number 2. Here's looking at you, kid. Casablanca. Casablanca's Rick and Ilsa fell in love during the war, while she believed her husband to be dead. When the star-crossed couple meets again, everything has changed.
I saved my first drink to have with you. Here.
No, Rick, not tonight.
Especially tonight. Why did you have to come to Casablanca? There are other places.
I wouldn't have come if I'd known that you were here.
Throughout the movie, Rick's bitterness and cynicism eventually make way for a desire to do the right thing. Unfortunately, that means he must give up the woman he loves. In the heart-rending finale, Humphrey Bogart's hero utters his immortal catchphrase.
No. He's looking at you, kid.
It's a reminder of Rick and Ilsa's shared romantic history together, and all the more poignant as they may never meet again. It's not all bad, though, after all.
We'll always have Paris. We didn't have. We lost it until you came to Casablanca. We got it back last night.
When I said I would never leave you.
And you never will.
Before we unveil our top pick, here are some honorable mentions. The beach scene, From Here to Eternity. Deborah Carr and Burt Lancaster's famous kiss in the surf.
I never knew it could be like this. Nobody ever kissed me the way you do.
Peter admits his feelings for Ellie. It happened one night. Clark Gable's hero finally comes clean.
Do you love her? A normal human being couldn't live under the same roof with her without going nutty. She's my idea of nothing.
I asked you a simple question. Do you love her?
Yes! But don't hold that against me. I'm a little screwy myself.
We have the stars. Now, Voyager. Betty Davis's iconic quote is beautifully bittersweet.
Jerry, don't let's ask for the moon. We have the stars.
La Vie en Rose. Sabrina. Sabrina and Linus are beginning to fall for each other.
Suppose you sing that song again. Slowly.
Quand il me prend dans ses bras.
Robin and Marion. The Adventures of Robin Hood. Olivia de Havilland and Errol Flynn have the best chemistry.
Robin!
Yes? Then you do love me, don't you? Don't you?
You know I do.
Well, that's different.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. The Ending. An Affair to Remember.
Yeah, she wants to meet me at the top of the Empire State Building.
On Valentine's Day.
Oh, it's like that movie.
What movie?
An Affair to Remember. Did you ever see it?
One of the best scenes in Sleepless in Seattle is the moment when Rita Wilson describes the final moments of the classic Hollywood movie An Affair to Remember. Starring Cary Grant and Deborah Carr, it's the story of two people who love each other but are kept apart by circumstance and pride.
No. I remember we said that if we could make it, we'd be there. And if one of us didn't show up, it would be for a darn good reason.
When Carr's Terry is hit by a car, she's unable to meet Grant's Nikki at the top of the Empire State Building as originally planned. It's not until he comes to visit her years later that he realizes why she didn't show. It's a close call, but the couple is finally reunited in a scene that doesn't leave a dry eye in the house.
It was the nearest thing to heaven. You were there.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from MsMojo. And be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.